and you are right on the edge of CFD requirements. You need to be diligent and report any changes. If your hearing deteriorates and the devices stop helping, you need to call my office immediately. Can you agree to that?
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons Delight. Welcome back in for Fire Everybody. Just did my med video, so if y'all want to check those out, those videos are up. Also, I put up last week's Fire videos very late, but I still wanted to put them up because I had already done them, and I was like, no, we're not going to be late with one Chicago episodes this week because I'm going to try to cover the show every single week. There's a new episode for all of the three this year. So that's my promise to y'all, man. So I'm going to still try to get the videos up. No matter how late they're up, I'm going to get them up. But let's talk about this situation. So we're going to start with Hermann, man, because what's interesting about this storyline, so Hermann's had a rough couple of years, man. We know the situation with his wife, Sydney, and her situation with her cancer last year, and finally got into remission. Thankfully, got into remission, so she's doing okay. I wish we would have seen her this season to see how she's holding up this season with the kids and everything like that. But I'm sure at some point we'll see his family this season, man. But now Hermann's got another new problem, man. This one is even more, well, I can't say more serious but it's serious for him and his body, as we now know why Hermann was in a weird situation this week. He was snapping at Ritter, and we didn't know why. He snapped at Ritter in the kitchen. That was the first interaction between them, and Ritter gets real concerned about people he cares about. And remember, Hermann's the guy that actually bought Ritter in and got his confidence up as a firefighter when we first met him. What was that, about 5 or 6 seasons ago? So it feels like he just respects Hermann so much for that. He never forgot about it. And he was worried about Hermann, man, because he knew something was off about Hermann. And then we saw in a scene later, Hermann almost gets ran over by a truck that was going past him. And Ritter figured out that he might be having some hearing problems, man, because he's yelling. Hermann always talks at a very loud volume, but he was louder than usual. You know how when people can't hear, they talk really loud? I know I've done that because I've had some hearing problems throughout my life, and I talk a little louder when I really can't hear myself. And we later learned, late in the episode, he was talking to his doctor. He learned that he's he's starting to suffer for some hearing loss, man. And that's always scary, as he's got to put in a hearing aid now. And remember, because he's a fireman, he's got to go through protocol to make sure he's able to be fit to have that position. Because if they find out, he's having hearing difficulties, that's going to ruin his standard of being a firefighter. And so he's really worried about that. And the doctor didn't have really good news for him as far as this could get worse. The only good news that she gave for him is that it's correctable with the hearing aid, but is he going to be deaf in the future? These are scary things to think about. You start thinking about yourself if you ever start having those problems with your hearing loss, or your hearing. So it's always a scary thing to go through when you don't have hearing really good in both ears. So I feel for Hermann, man. It's been a tough couple of years. And this looks like this is going to be a long storyline, especially the way it ended. It was the last scene of the episode. So it made me feel real bad, man, because it brought up all the stuff about Sydney last year with him. But it shows how good the writing has been on this show the last couple of years now, that they've had some storylines like this, man. But good stuff, man. I know Ritter. The good thing is he's very close to his buddies at the firehouse, especially Ritter, and I think Ritter's going to help him through it like he did with Sydney last year. So I think he's going to be there for him again, man. But give me your thoughts on this one, man. We're going to talk about, who are we going to talk about next? Let's talk about Cruz and Severide. That was a rough one, guys. That was a rough one. Let's talk about that next, man. But give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for watching Afternoons Delight.